I've built a $200,000 personal brand, all from adopting this new business model I like to call the digital microbrewery, which helped me go from working 60-hour weeks in a stressful, low-margin agency to attracting dream clients who are ready to buy, all while running a simple and profitable business that fits my lifestyle. And in this video, I'm going to be walking you through exactly how you can do the same in 2025. I'll be going over what is a digital microbrewery, why the top 1% of entrepreneurs are adopting this new business model, and the 3 steps you need to take in order to build one for yourself. Because who doesn't want a business that gives you more money, less stress, and more freedom? So let's get into it. So firstly, what is a digital microbrewery? Well, you can think of it like this. There are 2 different paths that every single entrepreneur can take in 2025. Path number 1, which is the old way, and in this analogy, we're going to be using a brewery. We can be the Budweiser of the industry. So as a Budweiser, this is what it looks like. You try to appeal to everyone. Your message is broad. It's not really unique. You have lots of competition. You're competing on volume. Like, you're really trying to put out more and more content, more and more product. You're chasing trends and virality. You have low margins and high effort. Like, you have a lot of stress, a lot of things going on, and it struggles to get loyalty, right? Because audience don't really connect with you, your business, and your brand. And this results in burnout, inconsistent revenue, and constantly chasing more views and more clients. And think of it this way. When was the last time someone said to you, "Oh, dude, you have to try this Bud"? I'm sorry, I've never heard that before, right? Budweiser is a tried and true brand. People, will buy it and continue buying it, but it's not something that people talk about. It's not something that people absolutely love. I'm sure there's some diehard friends out there, but basically what I'm trying to say is that a lot of businesses try to go too wide with their marketing and try to serve so many people. And as a result, this is what happens: burnout, inconsistent revenue, and consistently chasing more views and more clients. Now, what I have adopted in the last year that helped me to grow and build a $200,000 micro personal brand, which I'm going to explain to you in a second, is taking the new way, this new approach, which is the digital brewery, microbrewery. What does that look like? What is a microbrewery? Well, a microbrewery is a specialized brewery. They brew something special, something unique, something usually serviced around the local area and serves the culture and the dynamic of that area. And so a specific digital microbrewery serves a specific audience. They have a clear and unique message that's easy to stand out. They charge premium prices. So they have fewer clients, but they have higher profit. And they focus on building more trust and authority within the community, thus resulting in clients seeking them out versus, Bud trying to get to customers. It's simple, high impact, so less burnout and just more results. And they have die-hard fans, loyal fan base. Customers keep returning and keep referring, right? And as a result, they have a predictable income, premium clients, and a stress-free business. And this is where a lot of people say, "Dude, you have to try this beer." And so this is the approach that many of us have to look at, right? There's 2 paths that we can take. We can take the old way, try to go wide and try to service everyone, or we can go narrow and specific and we can service one person really, really well. I want you to think of this other analogy. If you had an issue going on in your brain, who would you hire? A brain surgeon who's been doing and operating on brains for 20 years, or a generalist doctor at your local, clinic? Well, obviously you're gonna go with the brain surgeon because they're specialized. You have a special problem and you wanna find someone who is uniquely served for that problem. And specifically, if they operate on a specific type of person or a specific, let's say they're athletes, they're an athletic doctor versus a generalist doctor, you're probably gonna go to an athletic doctor if you're an athlete. If you're a powerlifter, whatever. There's so many use cases of why this new approach of going deep will result in going and thriving and building this business. And so this is your choice. You can either be the Bud or you can either be the microbrewery. That's step number 1. Now, here is why the top 1% of entrepreneurs are adopting this style, this business model, okay? And I know this because I've been lucky to have worked with over 30 plus multi-millionaires. I was hired from school.com to film content and create content for all the school game winners who make anywhere from like $30,000 to over $100,000 per month inside their community. And this is the unique thing. None of them have massive audience. None of them have huge personal brands. They all have this narrow business, this deep focus on solving one problem. And they won the school games. They won the biggest competition online, I would argue, to date. And they did it through this business model by being specific. If you want more examples, here's some more, okay? You probably know these three creators, these three entrepreneurs. Dan Martell. Now, Dan Martell talks a lot about everything: parenting, marriage advice. He talks about business, talks about software, but he didn't start there. When he started his business, all he did was software. All he serviced and talked about was software. He built a niche of one. He built a digital microbrewery. He was very specialized in that one thing before he went broad. Alex Hormozi, okay, co-owner of School.com, co-owner of Acquisition.com. He sold Gym Launch for I don't know how many gazillion dollars. He started off in the gym space. He didn't start off as this guru guy who knew everything about business. He started off helping gym owners. And Gary Vee, one of my favorite creators, one of my favorite entrepreneurs I've actually had the opportunity to meet. I actually met all these three guys. Like, he started off in wine. He started off selling wine at a local liquor store and used his understanding and knowledge of social media to grow that business. And then he actually widened his market into more social media and business. But all these three creators, some of the top creators and entrepreneurs in the game, all started with their own digital microbrewery. So this is why you need to focus on going deep and narrow versus wide. How do you do this? How do you build your own digital microbrewery, or as I like to call, a micro brand? Okay, a business, a digital microbrewery or a micro brand is a business and brand around your expertise. Just like these guys, right? Dan Martell was an expert at software as a service. Alex at gyms, and Gary at wine. So they built a digital micro personal brand around their expertise, where the audience trusts them, follows them, and buys from them, and they don't need fancy funnels, expensive ads, or millions of followers. None of these guys, when they first made their business big, had millions of followers, had even tens of or hundreds of thousands of followers. You can go look back to them. The key difference here is we want to build something that lets us not chase, but attract. I don't know about you, but whenever I'm trying to chase something, I feel like I can never catch up. I can never catch a break. I can never get it. But the minute I let go, the minute that I trust in the universe, trust in God, it's all going to come to me. And I start to attract the thing that I actually truly want. And so what I'm going to walk you through is the 3 P's that you need to do in order to build a 6 to 7 figure micro personal brand using the digital microbrewery model. The first P that you need to focus on is position, okay? This is very important. People only pay attention to what's relevant to them, okay? If I was talking about how to, the new product of cleaning your teeth, you may not care, right? Like, you may swipe off. You may not click on that video because you don't care about that, right? But the minute I'm talking about building a micro personal brand and getting clients to come to you, all of a sudden your ears perk up because that's what you're interested in. That's what's relevant to you. So if your message is broad, it blends in. If your offer is unclear, people won't trust it. If you serve everyone, no one feels like you're a right fit. Just like the sport analogy of the doctor. People don't buy into general solutions. They buy into the best solution for them. So you need to, again, I used this analogy earlier. Think of a heart surgeon. Do you want a general doctor or a heart surgeon if you have a heart issue? If you need help with marketing, do you want a general consultant, someone who specializes in the exact problem, right? This is why you're here, because you don't want a fancy 50-step funnel. You don't want to spend tons of money on ads. You just want to make content and have people come to you. And I feel that. You want to build that micro personal brand. This is why this message resonates with you. So the clearer you are, the easier it is for people to recognize you as the right choice, as the only choice. So your position is being the obvious answer to the right people. This is what's important, guys. This is what we need to do. We need to be more focused on being a specialist instead of a generalist. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, Kyler, like, I'm scared, if I be a specialist, I'm going to miss out opportunity on all these different things, okay? I understand that issue. I thought about that as well, right? I remember feeling like, I don't want to niche down because then I'm going to miss out on all this opportunity. Actually, the opposite happens. When you are actually specific, it doesn't have to be niche, doesn't have to be like, only this industry, only this person. It could just be a specific problem that you solve, right? There's lots of issues there, but the more specific you go, the more higher ticket and what you can charge. It's just like every example, every single school game winner, multimillionaire coach, they all recommend to go high ticket and specialize. Alex Mosley actually has a great video on this. He talked about how if he was selling a CRM system, like how if I was selling a CRM system, just CRM, I may be able to charge like $10 a month or 20 or maybe 50 for a general CRM for anyone. But if I sell a CRM system for B2B sales reps who are selling SaaS products, I can sell tens of thousands of dollars for that same software because of how specific and unique it is. And so that's the difference, right? When you're deciding on building a business, there's no right or wrong way. It's just what's right for you. And for me, I don't want to build a complex business that has multiple, dozens of employees and 50 different funnels and all this different automation and it's just too complex. It's too much. I rather have a very simple little digital brewery that clients come to me and they learn a specific thing that I've gone really good at and I enjoy doing, right? That to me is a successful business. But if you want to build the next Amazon or the next, acquisition.com, this probably isn't the video for you. When you specialize, when you get known for something, you will be remembered, right? So to stand out, get chosen, you will win, okay? So let me break down how you're able to find your position, okay? So I follow a very clear process to understanding your position in the market, right? Because if you're like me and you're a video guy, like I used to be a videographer, right? There's millions of other videographers. How does Kyler stand out? Well, I create this kind of table and under each one I fill in. So the first section is proof, okay? What are your past wins? What have you accomplished, right? So for me, I built a $200,000 personal brand. I've helped my client Patrice make $30,000 from a single video. I worked with a multi-millionaire coach who makes $2 million a year all through his content. No ads, no funnels, no sales calls. I worked with him and helped him make content, helped him make almost over $2 million through the power of his content. I manage a YouTube channel for my client Tim, who makes over $100,000 a month, mainly from his YouTube channel. So these are all proof, right, that makes me stand out, makes me different. Now the problem, you wanna look at what problems did you solve? So this proof could be personal and it could be professional. So when I think about the problems, what problems did I help Patrice face? Well, problem was she was stuck at 10K and she obviously wanted to scale and wasn't attracting the right audience. And through making this video with her, I helped her actually go through this method. And we were able to create a video that resulted in her attracting and pre-selling clients. So when they hopped on the sales call, very easy for her to sell because they saw the video. The problem was I helped Patrice get more clients. And actually, fun thing, she won the school games that month. So when she made $30,000, she won the school games, which is pretty crazy. She's like unreal, like super, super cool. What problems did you solve, right? Tim, his problem was like he didn't have enough time to actually invest in making all these YouTube videos, managing everything. And so my agency was able to solve a problem for him by managing everything, giving him ideas, and actually growing his channel. And when he grows the channel, obviously he's gonna get more eyeballs and more attention means more people inquiring about his service and his offer. So these are all problems uniquely that I was able to solve. And for who, right? So Patrice, Tim, Dan, they're all coaches. So a lot of my clients are coaches. Some are high ticket, entrepreneurs delivering a service, but 90% of them are coaches. So that is who I service this problem for. And the last thing is your unique process. what steps did you take to actually help them go from A to B? It could be 10 steps. I recommend try to make it concise into 3. I find 3 is a great way. It's easy to digest. If you do 10 steps, they're going to seem too complex. So try to adjust it, right? And if you're looking at this video, I started off this video exactly in this way, right? I showed you proof in the beginning. I talked about the problem that most people face, and now I'm going through the process of how you can build your own micro personal brand. So I'm actually using this as we go. So it looks like this, right? The formula that you want to have, now this is loose, right? You don't have to do it verbatim, but it's I help who solve a specific problem using my unique method to get big benefit or big outcome. This makes this message super clear, memorable. Play around with this, right? It's not like you could put the unique mechanism before, you can put the solution before. As long as you hit all these elements, it doesn't matter which order, just do whatever feels right to you. So for me, I help entrepreneurs stop chasing and start attracting high-ticket clients consistently with simple YouTube and podcast videos that effortlessly grows your business and your personal brand, okay? I'm hitting on the desires, I'm hitting on the problem, hitting on my unique mechanism, I'm talking about who I'm serving, so that hits everything. So the process, like I said, if you break this up from problem, proof, problem, process, you can just write down bullets and then form this sentence. Make sense? Sweet. Let's go ahead and move on. Step number 2 is publish, okay? Step number 2 in building a micro personal brand is you need to become a leader, okay? You need to publish content. People don't follow just information. They follow those who lead and inspire and provide clarity. So I don't know about you, but I follow, or at least I watch a lot of people on TikTok. I love watching, it's like a guilty pleasure, like scrolling on TikTok. But the funny thing is I save all these videos, but I almost never go back and look at those videos. It's because they were just information. I only saved those videos because that information was good, but I didn't feel a connection with them, right? There's only a few people that I really connect with. And when I connect with someone, I actually go to their YouTube channel and I want to go deeper with them. That's who, like people I follow on YouTube, I subscribe. I have a much more deeper connection with them than someone I follow on TikTok or Instagram. A lot of times we're posting random content and we're feeling invisible. We're having no trust built. This is no sales and we're inconsistently posting. And so this is resulting in us being forgotten, right? So content isn't about the information, isn't about going viral. It's about being valuable and visible. Think about that. Valuable and visible. Okay. So if you were to trust a fitness coach who never so think about this. Would you trust a fitness coach who never shares their workouts or client results? Would you hire a business coach who never posts insights on growing their business? Probably not. I mean, let's be real. If I was trying to, sell you guys on my service and I never talked about my successes, I never showed you proof, would you believe me? Would you trust me? Probably not, right? So your content is what decides if people trust, follow, and buy from you. So the key to becoming a leader in the industry is you need to publish. Stop over-analyzing your content. Publish more content. You hear this debate of quantity over quality or quality over quantity. Here's how we end that discussion right now. Quantity will dictate quality. Think about it. The more reps, the more times you get up on that bike or on that horse, the more times you swim, the better you are at it, right? The first time you do anything, you suck. How are you supposed to make quality content if this is your first, second, or even 50th time of doing it? It's not going to be the quality that you want. It's not about that. It's about the quantity, and you will build the reps to know what the quality is. So publish consistently to build trust. The trust creates demand, and the demand turns into paying clients, okay? So when you show up, you share value, and you let your content do the selling for you, okay? My business has completely changed when I stopped trying to sell and I started trying to serve in my content. I stopped trying to make myself look good and instead help you guys. This is why I made this, right? This is why I did this whole thing, is because I want to serve you better. I want to help you guys, and I know how complex and frustrating this is. And so I did this not for myself, but for you. And if you want access to this, there's a link down below. You can grab it for free. So next part, what content should you post? Is it Instagram Reels? Is it dancing on TikTok? Is it a podcast? Is it LinkedIn content, Twitter? Let me end this for you. In my experience, working with over 30 multimillionaires, the common thread that all of them have is YouTube and podcasts. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. It lets clients find you, okay? What do you go to YouTube for? I have a problem, and you search for the answer. So it literally is a map for clients to find you. Podcasts are interesting. There's a study done by Google that says that you need about 7 hours of interaction with a prospect in order for them to trust you. Powerful thing about podcasts is that podcasts are long form content, where a YouTube video is like 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes. A podcast is an hour, 2 hours, maybe even 3 hours long. And this is how, honestly, how Trump won the election. Whatever political side you're on, like, we're not talking about that. But if you're looking at what Trump did, he did 40 hours of podcast. Right? What Kamala did, I think 7. I'll have to look up on the exact numbers, but it was a big difference, right? So many people got to know Donald Trump way more and deeper because of podcasts. So podcasts build deep relationship and trust because of the 7-hour rule. And in this video, if you want to know how you can actually get on shows, like, let me know in the comments and I'll make a video about it. But this is such an unlock. Like, for me, it's how I got to the school games without having a school community, was because of podcasts. Like, it's crazy. And the combination of the two just creates so much demand, authority, and will ultimately grow your personal brand like you wouldn't believe. I would not focus on short form if you are an online coach, if you are an online high-ticket entrepreneur, because if you're selling something online and it requires education, it requires information, it requires something that you need to give them, they need to consume more of you. And so short form won't give that to them. Short form will not give them that. Long form will. Long form people actually buy from. And I have tons of examples of this, okay? Let's move on. How do you create content that attracts clients? So now you know you need to have a position. You need to know what you position, what you stand for, what makes you different. Then we need to publish content, and we know what to publish, but how? How do we do this? So I want you to think of this. Start with the traffic source. We do not create traffic. Think of like a highway. We don't create it. A traffic is already there. And all the traffic's on YouTube. Like, there are billions of people watching YouTube videos every single day. And actually, fun enough, podcasts just crossed 1 billion views like every single day on YouTube, which I think outbeats Spotify and Apple Podcast. So don't try to create attention. You want to grab attention by giving people what they want. So here's what a lot of people make the mistake. They make the mistake of that, if I'm going to create this video, I'm going to give them what they need, right? I'm going to give them, they need mindset. So I'm going to give them mindset videos. Well, what if your audience doesn't want those videos? Are they going to click on it? Like, here's a perfect example. We all want to get in shape, right? But we don't always want to eat healthy. Like, I don't want to eat, broccoli. Tell me in the comments if you like broccoli. I don't want to eat broccoli. I want to eat like a burger. I want to eat like, something juicy, something delicious. But I know I need probably more broccoli, right? I need more vegetables. But if a video says, something I don't want, I'm not going to click on it, right? The true thing is you got to give people what they want, not what they need. So people don't buy what they need, they buy what they want. People need to eat healthy, but they want fast food. Just share this example. So find out what your audience wants and create content around that. YouTube is a search engine. We're searching for what we want answers to. So give them what they want. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't create the traffic. Just grab the attention, grab the traffic where it is. The other thing is you have to understand that views and subscribers, they're very different. Subscribers do not matter in 2025. I am not the only entrepreneur and creator who said this. More and more followers and subscribers are not mattering. Okay, Gary Vee posted this video with his main account that has millions of followers on his TikTok and his YouTube, and he showed his most recent video on that page, and it got like maybe 10,000, 20,000 views or something, which is low for him. I mean, if he has multiple millions, it's pretty low. He started a new account that had like 500 followers, like less than 1,000, and he had more views on the videos under his second account that had less following because of, well, this idea that he's giving people what they want. The algorithms do not care about subscribers anymore. That is outdated, is not relevant. What is relevant is content. The content you create every single day, every single algorithm is designed to serve up the content we want. Every single algorithm. TikTok is amazing at this. Instagram, Facebook, especially YouTube, they are specially crafted to give us what we want because they want us to stay on the platform. So they're going to give us what we want, what we consume. They're going to give us more of that. And so you need to stop focusing on the subscriber count and focus more on the view count. Now, important to know, not every view is equal the same. This is very important. Very, very important. If I'm selling a fitness product to middle-aged men who want to get in shape like they were in their 20s, let's say that was my offer, and I make a video and it has 1 million views. Oh my God, my business is gonna blow up. But those 1 million views, 90% of them are all women who are in their teens or in their early 20s. Am I gonna make a lot of money? Probably not. Why? Because it's not about the view number, it's about the right viewer. It's not about more views, it's about having the right viewer. If I got 100 views on that same video, but they all were my dream clients, how much more money do you think I would make? Probably a lot more. So it's not exactly about the amount of views, it's about the quality of those viewers. So these are the 3 important things you need to realize while you are creating content. That you don't want to reinvent the wheel, go to where the traffic is, which is YouTube. You want to give people what they want, not what they need, and you want to focus more on the views and the quality of those views and not the subscriber count. So here's the formula. YouTube tracks 2 key metrics in order to know if a piece of content is quality: clicks and watch time. So here's the formula. And really, really simple. Okay, I've made over 500 YouTube videos for not only for myself but for my clients. I've worked with channels that have, hundreds of thousands of subscribers and reaching millions of people, and YouTube channels that are reaching just hundreds of people, and everything's the same. To get the click, the best formula to get someone to click on the video, which is your title and thumbnail, the combination, is you want to combine what they want with some curiosity factor. So if you clicked on this video, you saw the $200,000 personal brand. That's something that you desire. But I use a curiosity factor. I said a micro personal brand, which is different. I haven't seen anyone actually do that. And so that curiosity factor made you click. The desire and the curiosity would make you want to click and learn about how I can get this. So that's objective number 1. That's the formula number 1. Formula number 2 is how you get them to stay watching is you need to provide proof. So in the first 30 seconds, I provided proof that I know what I'm talking about, right? I give receipts. And without those receipts, we lack trust. And without trust, I'm not gonna stick around and watch the video. And there's a lot of other factors that go into this. There's a lot of other things, but to make this simple, guys, is you wanna combine your proof with the promise of the video. So the promise of this video was I'm going to share with you exactly how I made $200,000 with a micro personal brand. And I'm doing that right now. I'm taking you through the position, the publish, right? And I'm walking you through exactly what I did to get here and how you can do it too. And try to make it super easy for you to understand. Thus, I'm using like these emojis of like burgers and wants to make it super simple, right? I can make this complex, but I don't want to make this complex for you. And so when you combined getting clicks and people watching, you get views and you get trust over time. And those 2 things, views and trust, will equal clients. So if you want to build a micro personal brand in 2025, you need to focus on getting more people to click on your videos and more people to watch at the very end of your videos, and you will never have problems getting clients again. I know this, I believe in this. I'm like, this is such a cool hack and unlock, not only for myself, but for everyone watching this right now. Like, you should be writing all this down, guys. This is like, honestly, super, super valuable. All right, guys, now we're into profit, right? This is the most fun probably section because we get to make some money. How do we turn our traffic and content into profit, into revenue? Because getting traffic isn't enough. Okay, I want you to think about this. If you get more views, but you don't have a system to actually get them to buy, you will have no conversions. And if you're only relying on brand deals and ad revenue, then you have unpredictable income. Okay, I don't make enough money from YouTube in order to make a living. Like, in order for me to make a living from YouTube and AdSense and brand deals, I would need to go viral. I would need to have the big brand, and I need to take a different approach, the Budweiser approach, right? But we are taking the microbrewery approach. And so those are the three processes you need to make profit. Profit isn't about chasing views. It's about building a system that turns viewers into buyers. And this is why this model is so great, because after you've built the system, your only job is to create content and service clients, because the system runs on its own. The system runs on its own. Selling becomes automated. All I get to do is do my favorite thing, which is create content and help clients. That's all I do all day. That is a great business model. So build your lead magnet, design your system to nurture audience and sell them so it's just effortless and easy. So that is it. That's the 3-step process, and how I was able to build a $200,000 micro personal brand, and how I'm planning on building a $1 million micro personal brand following these steps and doing more content, having a better sales process, getting more results, and rinse and repeat. And so you have a very important decision to make right now. Okay, we're nearing the end of this video, and you have a decision to make. You can click off this video and you can go down the road of doing nothing. Okay, the nothing road. And what that looks like is this. You stay the same. You keep watching other people grow while you are staying stuck. You rely on the algorithms and randomly posting content with no clear strategy, and you keep trading time for money instead of building an automated system and creating content that gets you clients. You stay in the cycle of chasing clients instead of attracting them. You're wondering, basically, are you going to get results? This is decision A. A lot of you may take that decision. Or you can take decision B, where you can build a profitable micro personal brand. You can create content that attracts high value and high ticket clients that are ready to buy 24/7. You can build authority based on your expertise. You can leverage things like YouTube and podcasting to build diehard fans and build trust and scale your income to numbers you would not believe. So, if you want full control of your business, of your brand, and of your future, then I advise you to be an action taker. And the action you're going to take today is you're going to join my waitlist. I'm launching a coaching program, a consulting program, where I'm going to help you do this exact thing. I'm going to help you build your own digital microbrewery and build a powerful and profitable micro personal brand that allows you to do the things that you want to do, that gives you more money, less stress, more freedom. I know, to me, sounds like a dream business. And so if that is you and you want access to this free waitlist, I'm going to be sharing more information as the weeks come on what this is going to look like, how this is going to look like, and I recommend you join. I recommend you take action today. Without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you found some value. Put in the comments what your favorite part was. Let's make it happen, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.